Music publishing, what is it exactly? In this video, I'm going to tackle what music publishing is and try to explain it to you in the most simple and efficient manner.
I gotta put my hand up and admit it. Think I really might have blown it this.
Music publishing essentially is getting your songs out in the world on a commercial level and then getting paid for it. That's the most basic and simple answer of what music publishing actually is. If you're an independent artist, you're a DIY musician, you are a music publisher, likely because you release your music publicly and sell it online. In the rest of the video, I'm going to get a little deeper into the different types of music publishing because yes, there are different types. So when you write a song, what happens right away is copyright is made for that song. So if you match lyrics, music, and melody in a fixed manner, you have a song, and right there, copyright is made. If you were the sole writer and composer and lyricist of that song, then you own 100% of the copyright. It's your decision at that point to decide if you want to release it publicly, if you want to play it live, if you want to put it on the radio, if you want to put it in a TV show, if you want to get it out in the world commercially. If you do want to do that, then you need to get into music publishing. If you don't want to do that and you just want to write songs and never really have them listened to or never really want to get paid for them, you don't have to get into music publishing. Okay, so let's say you want to get your songs out on a commercial level and you want to start selling your music. You want your music to be in Netflix or Grey's Anatomy, or you want your music on the radio. You can do this yourself as an independent musician, and you can be your own music publisher, which just means you have to register your song with the correct entities that will pay you those royalties in return. Some of them are PROs, for example, or performing rights organizations, and they will give you the royalties, for example, if you play your song in a live performance or if it's played on the radio. And then you also have to go to different entities, different publishing entities that will pay you royalties for different types of things. For example, if your song is played in a movie, you need sync royalties. If your song is streamed on Spotify, you need mechanical royalties. So if you want to collect all these little royalties, you have to make sure that you do sign up for a publishing entity that will collect your mechanical and your sync royalties. And you want to collect your performance royalties with a performing rights organization as well. It sounds a lot more complicated than it actually is, so let me just say that again. So essentially, if you're going to do music publishing independently, and this is something I do independently, it's not overly complicated once you begin to understand it. If you want to do it independently, you have to find the right entities to get all your royalties in return. If you don't, you just won't get paid for the streams or the syncs or the other placements of your songs out there in the world. So the first one you want to get to collect your royalties is the performance royalty. And you get your performance royalty by signing up to a performing rights organization. And you do that territorially. For example, in Canada, I'm with SOCAN. There's BMI, ASCAP, and CSAC in the United States, and then difference for the UK and Germany and so on and so forth. That's what you want for your performance royalty. For your mechanical and your sync royalties, you do want other publishing entities as well. If you're an independent musician and you distribute your music on CD Baby or TuneCore, they will pay you your mechanical royalties that you're getting on Spotify, for example, or Apple Music. The sync royalties sometimes can happen through those distributors as well, but other times you do need another publishing entity to find those, and there are a lot out there, so don't worry about that. It doesn't really matter which one you sign up for, but make sure you read what they're collecting and what they do. For example, some of these entities won't collect royalties on an international level, but will just collect the royalties at a country level. So make sure you distinguish if they're collecting mechanical royalties or sync royalties on an international level, because you want to make sure if someone does listen to your song in another country, that you're also collecting those royalties. Okay, so that's music publishing at a basic level if you're going to do it independently. And so if you're just like, you know what, I don't want to do any of that, and I don't want that headache, that's okay, because the second type of music publishing is really getting someone else to do it for you. And there's different levels of that as well. You can sign up for an admin publisher, and you can pay them, and they'll just take care of all those headaches for you. They'll register your songs with the performing rights organizations. They'll register your songs with the sync to get sync royalties and to get mechanical royalties, and they'll take care of all those headaches. So if you don't want those headaches at all, I do recommend going with an admin publishing deal. 2 quick examples would be CD Baby Pro if you're already distributing your music through CD Baby. TuneCore also has an admin publishing service as well. The next type of music publishing deal won't always be available if you're interested, because it's more up to the music publisher to sign artists that they want to work with. And you've probably heard of Universal, BMI, Sony ATV, Warner Chappell. These are big music publishers that work with songwriters to promote songs. And so music publishers are incentivized to find great songwriters, to get good songs, and to pitch songs to movies, to radio, to anyone that needs songs, because they're going to pay for it. So these music publishers are incentivized to get those songs out there because they do get a piece of the pie. And songwriters are incentivized to work with music publishers because then they don't have to promote their music. They get access to co-writers and producers, and they get inside the network of the music publishers, which is very incentivizing as a songwriter. Not to mention, a lot of these big major music publishers will give an advance to a songwriter. So for example, if I'm a songwriter and I am signed to Sony ATV on a publishing deal, a very simple publishing deal would be, okay, they give me, let's say, $100,000 for 1 year, and I can get that money to support myself and pay my bills. But in return, I'm writing songs for them and giving them songs. And that's the deal. On top of that, once royalties start to generate from the songs that I write, I don't actually see those payments of royalties until the 100,000 is paid off. So that's music publishing really at a more professional and major level. They do the exact same things as you would as an independent musician and as an admin publisher would do, but they're giving you a bit extra with the creative services and sometimes some of these big advances. So if you have the opportunity to go with a major publisher deal, it's likely that you're already quite a recognized songwriter, or you do have a lot of potential. Are you an independent musician? And if so, if you're struggling to understand what music publishing is and what you should do as an independent musician, please type in the comments and I will reply and help you out as best I can. I'm a singer-songwriter myself and often posting videos to help DIY musicians in the industry and also promoting some of my own music. So if you are interested in taking a listen, I'll leave a couple links in the description below and hope to see you in the next video.